I posted content I prayed over and no one showed up. 12 views, 1 like, a heart full of doubt. But what if rejection isn't a sign to quit? It's a setup for your calling. Your calling is bigger than your fear. God will open doors in His time. Have you ever felt like your work isn't making an impact? You put in the time, the effort, the late nights, but it feels like no one notices. You wonder if you are wasting your time, if your gifts even matter, or if you ever get the opportunities you have been hoping for. Maybe you have watched others rise while you feel stuck. Maybe doors you thought would open remain closed. Maybe doubt creeps in, whispering, maybe I am not as gifted as I thought, or maybe I will never get my big break. If that's you, then let me remind you of a promise from God. A man's gift makes room for him and brings him before great men. Your gifts, your talents, and the work you are faithfully doing are not going unnoticed by God. He has given you something unique, something valuable, something meant to impact others. And if you remain faithful, He will make room for you in the right time and in the right place. Just like David. Before David became king, before he stood before Goliath, before he was celebrated, he was just a shepherd, using his gifts in obscurity. But even in the hidden place, his gift was making room for him, and so is yours. Your job is not to force doors open. Your job is to be faithful. God will take care of the rest. Are you feeling invisible? Does your work even matter? That's a question you ask. One of the hardest struggles for any creator, leader, or entrepreneur is the feeling of being invisible. You pour everything into your work, yet the results don't seem to match your effort. You wonder if it's all for nothing. David understood this feeling. He was anointed as king, but instead of stepping into royalty, he went back to tending sheep. Day after day, he showed up to the field with no audience, no applause, no recognition. But here is what David didn't know. His faithfulness in the field was setting him up for his future. Because when King Saul needed someone to play music for him, David's name was mentioned. Not because he promoted himself, but because his gift had already spoken for him. And when Goliath appeared, David didn't suddenly become brave or skilled. He had been preparing all along in the unseen place. Your work is making an impact, even if you can't see it yet. The seeds you are planting today will bear fruit in time if you don't give up. Think of one way you have grown since you started using your gift. Drop it in the comment section and remind yourself that progress is happening. You keep doubting if you are good enough. Another reason people struggle to trust God's timing is self-doubt. You see others succeeding and you think, maybe they are just more talented. Maybe I am not really called to this. Maybe I'll never be good enough. But here is what you need to know. Your gifts is from God and He doesn't make mistakes. David wasn't chosen because he was the strongest or most qualified. In fact, when the prophet Samuel came to anoint Israel's next king, David's own family didn't even invite him to the lineup. They assumed he wasn't the one, but God saw what no one else did. Man looks at outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. David wasn't overlooked by God, and neither are you. The gifts inside of you are not there by accident. You were created with a purpose, and that purpose will unfold in God's perfect timing, not yours. Your job is to develop your gift. Keep showing up and trust that the right doors will open at the right time. My dear, what's one fear or doubt that has been holding you back from fully using your gift? Drop it in the comment section. And today, choose to trust God with it. Struggling with delayed opportunities. Perhaps the hardest part of trusting God's plan is waiting for doors to open. You feel like you have done the work, stayed faithful, and yet nothing seems to be moving forward. David must have felt this too. He was anointed king as a teenager, but he didn't actually become king for years. Instead, he spent time serving Saul, running for his life and waiting, even though he knew he was called. But what David didn't know was that God was using that season to prepare him. Every challenge he faced, every battle, every rejection, every moment in hiding was shaping him into the king he was meant to be. And that's what's happening to you. Your waiting season is not a wasted season. God is developing the strength, wisdom, and character you will need when your time comes. If success comes too soon, it can destroy you. But when you allow God to grow in you in the hidden places, you'll be ready for the opportunities He brings. Instead of focusing on what hasn't happened yet, Comment one lesson God has been teaching you in this season. God will open the right doors at the right time. David didn't chase after opportunities. His gifts made room for him. And yours will come too. You don't have to force your way into places God has already prepared for you. Your only job is to remain faithful, to keep sharpening your skill, your gifts, and trust that He's working behind the scenes. Your time will come. The doors will open. The opportunities will appear. And when they do, you will be ready because you didn't rush the process. What's one step you are going to take this week to stay faithful in using your gifts? Drop it in the comment section and commit to trusting God's timing. If this message encouraged you, hit that like button, subscribe for more faith-driven inspiration, and share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Until I come your way again, why not grab your camera, grab your phone, and go out there and create something awesome today?